Well, now, majority of businesses surveyed by the Institute of Economic Affairs say they do not expect much change in their business performance in the next 6 months. The business executives sampled said cost of operations have mostly increased, but COVID-19 related expenditure has largely reduced. Here's a report.
Majority of businesses reported no change in performance during the last 6 months. With regard to the business areas whose operations were largely affected, the business executives said cost of operations have mostly increased, but COVID-19 related expenditure has largely reduced. Here is Director of Research at the IEA, Dr. John Kwachi.
Ask the businesses to look forward to the next 6 months and tell us how they expect their businesses to do. And then here also, majority of them said they expect no change, no significant change in their business performance in the next 6 months. And a significant number also said we are expecting a better business performance in the next 6 months. In other words, some of them were hopeful. They have high expectations going forward. Others said we expect to, well, in fact, the majority said we expect to remain the same. But those who said we would rather do worse in the next 6 months were in the majority, in the minority. Sorry, they were in the minority. And we get a sense that, the businesses expect, maybe the COVID environment to improve somewhat. And therefore, that's why they have this kind of expectations.
On macroeconomic expectations in the next 6 months, the businesses said economic growth will mostly increase whilst inflation reduces. In terms of critical interventions from government to improve the business environment, majority of the businesses called for reduction in government taxes and charges as well as improve the macroeconomic environment. Dr. John Kwachi again.
So, what kind of critical interventions do you think government should pursue to improve the business environment for you? What kind of critical interventions? And then, so we suggested reduce government taxes and charges, restrict influx of imports, stabilize the macroeconomic environment, reduce corruption in public institutions, improve infrastructure. In other words, it's the constraints that we're turning them around and asking them. So those constraints, that face businesses, which of them do you want government to deal with, to tackle, to address, that will help you improve the business environment? And then we have reduce the cost of credit, reduce utility prices, and boost consumer demand. So, in looking at their responses, the longest bar there on the left is reduce government taxes and charges. Yeah, the brown bar is about, the first choice. So we have first choice, second choice, and third choice. Those are the graphs there. So the one with the longest bar is reduce government taxes and charges. And then the second choice, the highest choice, second choice, is stabilize the macroeconomic environment.
The businesses sampled were largely retail and wholesale trade. In terms of their ages, they were between 4 and 10 years old.